the prayer, to learn about how to pray is very important. And this one, every Shanti mantra is unique. So even before we learn how to heal obstacles through prayer, we have to first remove the obstacles to healing the obstacles through prayer. This is what the Shanti mantra is. And every Shanti mantra is unique. Different Vedas, different Shanti mantras, and each has a particular kind of a flavor. And the flavor of this one is very, what is called Adhyatma. Adhyatma means intimate, personal. So it starts off with what I talked about, what I have been talking about, the definition of a human being as a complaining person. That is the definition of a human being, the one who complains. And so that is the first thing, that is the first place where we can make an intervention. And this is very important because otherwise there is no entry into the realm of emotional maturity, spiritual growth, connection, oneness, all the good things that we want in life. There is no place to enter. And so the prayer starts with the word Bhadram. Bhadram means that which is auspicious. Bhadram is a very wonderful word. Auspicious. Auspicious means pleasing and that which is good in everything. Om Bhadram. Om is a holy sound, the sound of Bhagavan. And it's a sound symbol. Hearing it itself makes one feel good. That is the blessing of Om. That's why we are, especially as sannyasis, are encouraged to repeat Om as many times a day as possible. Keep saying Om, Om, Om. The repetition of Om gives vairagya, dispassion. The more you say Om, the more you feel like leaving home. Okay? And so the non-sannyasis are discouraged from repeating Kevala Om, only Om. That's why the Om is there. It's not that the non-sannyasis should not say Om. The Om is always succeeded by Namah Shivaya. Namo Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Dum Durgayai Namaha. Like this. In any mantra, the Om will always come. And so therefore, the grihasthas, the people who are not interested in leaving home, must have the Om succeeded by some Ishta Devata, some form of Bhagavan they like to relate to. That kind of a thing is encouraged. And the sannyasis not only have to leave home, but not go back. So therefore, they are encouraged to say Om all the time. Om is both saguna, means that Bhagavan we invoke with form, with name, like Vasudeva, Krishna, Ganesha, Durga, etc. And Om also is that which is consciousness, awareness, Satchidananda, Brahman, free of all names and forms. So Om embodies the imminent as well as the transcendental. So Om itself is a sound of blessing and auspiciousness, and it is followed by the word Bhadram, again auspicious. And what is this second auspiciousness? It is a direction to myself, to the one who is praying. Bhadram Pashyema, collective prayer, because everybody has this problem. Bhadram Pashyema, may we see only the auspicious. And Bhadram Shrunuyama, may we hear only the auspicious. Karnebhihi, Karnaihi, with our ears, may we hear only the auspicious things. Why? Why do we have to even say this? Because it's very easy to find fault in everything that is heard, including the teachings. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, I think I'm not going to go with this. No, I disagree. What is there to disagree with the Upanishad that says you are the most glorious thing in the universe? If you beg to differ, then, I don't have anything to say. And I'm rarely speechless. Okay. And so, so, but if you say, I disagree that this is glorious, that I disagree with the Upanishad's vision that I am glorious, that the self is glorious, then what are you really saying? That I am inglorious. Okay. So nobody wants that really. And so therefore, this may there not be any impediments to the hearing. I mean, if it's some kind of a God-given impediment, like there is some problem with the ear, that's why there is Vedantic sign language. We can teach in many ways. So if one is not able to hear, we have Chin Mudra. This is how Lord Dakshinamurti teaches. The index finger, the pointing finger is the I, the ahankara, the one that is associated with the body, mind, and senses. Or you can say the physical body, the causal, astral body, subtle body, and then finally the causal body, ignorance. So this ahankara, the I, is very friendly and identified with all the wrong things. This is Brahman, Bhagavan, Ishvara. And then what is here? The index finger is made to bend. and and is said, you are this Tattvamasi. This is Tattvamasi in not American Sign Language, Vedantic Sign Language. VSL, not ASL. Okay. Yeah. So there are ways of teaching. If there is a God-given impediment to hearing, then we can perhaps not do something about it. That's why there is sign language. There is a way to communicate this knowledge. But what to do with the human-made interference, where the ear is not here? This is what it is. And if the ear is not here, it does not hear. Ah. So therefore we pray, let everything, let the heart be open, let the ear be open, let the mind be present for the ear to hear. Let me be present and let the teaching go in. Let me be a sponge and let me absorb the meanings of the words. Let me be able to hear them first. And let there be no impediment, blockages, obstacles to the Shastra feeding me. It's like the Shastra is like a mother. The mother is giving food to the baby who is crying, the jiva. And if the baby refuses to open the mouth, nothing can happen. The feeding will not take place. And here the prayer is for this nourishment which I'm about to receive from the Upanishad. May that be successful. May it be a successful feeding session. Bhadram Karnebhi Shriniyam. And it is addressed to Devaha. We don't have multiple gods. Deva doesn't mean God. Div, that is the root. Dyotanatmakatvat, that which is being of light. Celestial beings in the form of the five elements, in the form of that which blesses me to hear. Adhishthana devatas. Devatas means deities. Manifestations of Bhagavan in the form of that which enables me to hear, that consciousness, that knowledge which translates into hearing, that same awareness which translates into sight. And so the awareness is diffuse and general, and then it translates into, and it is funneled through various apertures, such as the sense organs, giving rise to the comprehension of various objects in the universe. When I encounter words, the first instinct is to block them. I see only the difficult things. I hear only the difficult things. So this is a prayer to allow me to get rid of that tendency right at the beginning. Right here, right now, I choose to get rid of the tendency to hear the worst about others. This is the problem. And then may I only see the auspicious in everyone and everything. This is a very good thing to cultivate, because because one is self-critical, and that self-criticism is powerfully projected on the entire jagat, the whole universe. So one cannot be wowed by anything. Always one is in the place of just always finding fault. Dosha darshanam. So dosha means fallacies. So if one is busy in dosha darshana, then Bhagavad darshana will not take place. Bhagavan is that which is auspicious. And if I'm always mired in the inauspicious in everything, finding fault with everything, complaining about everything that I see, everything that I hear, everything that I am surrounded by, then there is no entry to this knowledge. There is a kind of a yo-yo, like a pendulum, in the tendency of the human being. I complain about everybody else. And then when I exhaust that, then I start complaining about myself. then, then I complain about everybody else. Then I complain about myself. And spirituality begins when I stop complaining about others and about myself. So therefore, Bhadrang Pashyema Akshibhihi, with our eyes may we see only the auspicious. This is not about being in la la land and not seeing inauspicious things. That's not the idea. If you're walking and then a house is on fire, then you don't repeat the mantra and say, Bhadram Pashyema, this is inauspicious, I will not see it. No, that's not what we are talking about. This is an internal affair. The, the mantra is about what is happening here within one's own infrastructure and around. So certain things require a reaction, a response from my part, and I am available to do that. So the prayer is to be able to see things objectively, not subjectively. Not let those filters that I bring unconsciously based on my own preferences and prejudices not bother me in how I take the world in how I respond to situations. And then after addressing the sense organs and cultivating the ability to see things that are auspicious. It's not that things are inauspicious, it's that I have a tendency to focus on the inauspicious. So I want to change how I perceive myself, the world, and others in it. And then the prayer takes a turn to address the body. It is a mistake to say that in Vedanta the body is not considered. In fact, without the body we can't sit here. We can't sit here, we'll be floating somewhere else if we are disembodied. So the body is a blessing, it's moksha ayatana. Ayatana means a vehicle for freedom, a vehicle for liberation from samsara. And so the body is not discounted in Vedanta. And so here we pray, sthiraihi angaihi tushtuvam saha tanubhihi. So may we have stable limbs that are not rajasic and restless. And there's a whole continuum, and limbs that are not weak, paralyzed, or having some kind of a tremor, seizure, all these things. Let the limbs be steady, stable. Let them take me to where I need to go. Let them carry me to the ashram. Let them make me sit when I have to sit, stand when I have to stand, and do asana when I have to do asana. Let the limbs cooperate. This is again a very big blessing. Otherwise, if the limbs don't cooperate, the mind says walk, and the limb says no, I'm going to sit. There is a war. So let the limbs cooperate. And then why should the limbs cooperate? What is the purpose for the limbs to cooperate? Tushtuvam saha. May we grow to learn contentment and prayerfulness. We are promising Bhagavan here. Give me good health and a good body so that I can use it to see your glory as my own self. Then Bhagavan says, Tathastu. Because the body we generally like to use as a bhoga ayatana. Bhogayatana. Bhogayatana means for conspicuous consumption. But in fact, the body is meant for yoga. There is a Shakespeare play, All's Well That Ends Well. Then we can modify that for this ashram. All's well that bends well. Yeah. So that should be the motto. So I pray. Sthiraihi angaihi tushtuvam saha. May we be prayerful through our bodies. May we express the prayer through our bodies, not just our minds. May the bodies, prayer means what? Service. Service is prayer. Seva is prayer. Seva to gurus, seva to ashram, seva to the people who need it. All that is a form of prayer. Tanubhihi, with our bodies, may we be the instrument of Bhagavan's will. Up till now, I have used the body as a means of consumption, as a means of instant gratification. Everything I want instantly. And America obliges. Instant this, instant that. Instant coffee, it started with. And then instant everything. You press a button and then everything happens instantly. So this instant gratification comes with a great cost of instant discontentment. That also is instant. Because things don't go your way. And so instantly one is discontented. And so therefore here, I am pledging in this prayer to use the body differently. Up till now, it has all been at the service of instant gratification. I want things now, and I'm going to use the body, actually abuse the body by taking in more than I need, excess consumption through the eyes, through the ears, through the mouth, through all the sense organs. Excessive consumption, needless consumption. And so the eyes, the ears, the mouth they are deadened to any kind of appreciation because they are dulled by always having, they are not enchanted anymore. They are disenchanted and dulled by always being at the service of instant gratification. This I'm going to change now through this prayer. I understand I need help. This is a very big shift. Before how I was and now how I want to be. Very big shift. And I can't accomplish this alone, Devas. Devas means the Adhishthana Devatas, the presiding deities of the sense organs. Please help me. Help me turn away from that which wears the body out so that the body can now be healthy, happy. May I start to love khichdi cleanses. Yeah, the mainstay of this ashram. Yeah. So 3 day, 5 day, 7 day. And so this is what it is. I am bringing back the body for the purpose for which it was made. If I had to just be in the realm of sense organs all the time, then I would not have had this body. I could have been, I could have been a water buffalo. I could have been a scorpion that bit everybody, whose main purpose was to bite. I could have been a crab whose purpose is to grab onto anything and everything. The human body is for the enjoyment of the knowledge of oneself as free of sorrow and all glorious, free of fear. That is the purpose of this birth. And if you are not using this body for the purpose for it was meant, it will it will disintegrate even before the purpose is accomplished. So now that I know the purpose, and now that I have already abused the body, please, oh Lord, help me achieve the impossible. Make it young again. Make it capable of listening to this knowledge. Make it capable of being strong. So that Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu, so that it is dedicated to the service of the Devas, of all forms of Bhagavan. Yad Ayuhu means as long as it is alive, as long, whatever lifespan I may have. And we don't know that. We don't know the lifespan. It could be, in the next minute one is gone. One doesn't know that. Or one lives for 100 years. One doesn't know that. So, whatever lifespan you have given me, let me work in service of that. Then we uh, pray to uh, Lord Indra. Indra, on the level of telling stories to children, is depicted as the king of heaven. But if we read Yaska's Nirukta, Nirukta is the first dictionary slash thesaurus, very old, as almost as old as the Upanishad, because the Upanishad quotes it. The Taittiriya Upanishad quotes Nirukta. And so, therefore, Nirukta, in Nirukta, the word Indra has many derivations. And one of them, which I'll only take up one of them here, Indriyanam Raja, the the one who is the king of all the sense organs, the one who, because of whom the eyes see, because of whom the ears hear, etc., etc. And so this Indra, Swasti Naha, Naha means for us, let there be well-being. Swasti is again a beautiful word, a very sacred word. Swasti Naha, let there be this sense of total well-being. Not just absence of disease, but the presence of well-being every which way we look at it, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Let there be that for us. And then uh, Swastinaha, and we pray to Indra for this Swasti. Let the sense organs be calmed down. Let them not be agitated and rajasic and go towards difficult to attain sense objects that leave us disappointed. And who is this Indra? The Indra is Vriddhashravas, Vriddhashravaha, means the one whose fame is very, very big and long. The one who has the one of big fame. Because everybody knows Indra. And so this Indra is very famous. Famous also very intimately famous because whenever I hear, it is because of Indra. It is because of all the presiding deities of the sense organs working very well. It's Indra, which is the manifest form of that consciousness which appears as the ear, which gives life to the ear, to the eyes, etc. So, Naha Swasti, Astu, let there be well being. Oh, Indra, let there be well being for us. And then the next thing we say is Pusha, sun. Sun is very, in all cultures, in all traditions, sun is very auspicious because without light, there is no life. So that is on the empirical level, everyday level. So that's why there is sun worship, etc., etc. And then in many cultures, but here the sun also is a upalakshana, a metaphor for the Atman. Atma, I. Sun-like, self-effulgent being I am. If supposing somebody came from, what is that called? The Mars or some other place, not even Mars, from some exoplanet that they keep discovering outside of the solar system, if someone came and you want to show them the sun, how do you show them the sun? You need a flashlight to show them the sun? No. In fact, the sun lights up the eyes, which allows us to see. So therefore, Swastinaha, we say, oh Pushan, oh sun, Surya Bhagavan, Bhagavan in the form of the sun, you who light up the whole Jagat, give the plants the ability to make food because they alone have the ability of solar cooking, the plants. So even if you say, I eat raw food, it's not raw. It's already cooked by Bhagavan. You don't ever say, I'm eating raw food. There is no raw food. As long as the sun is there, it's already cooked. The plants know how to cook. First cooking is done by the plants. Second cooking is done on your stove. Third cooking is done by Bhagavan in the stomach with the help of the stomach fire. Thrice cooked food we are eating generally. So, and then metaphorically, the sun is the light because that light which I am, which causes me to acknowledge my own existence. Are you here? Yes, I am. I know I am. This Satchidananda I, that is sun-like, all pervasive, that which lights itself up, the Atma, and that which lights everything up. So let there be swasti for us from this source of light, and let this sun, Bhagavan in the form of the sun, who is all pervasive light, help me to understand the truth of myself as all light as well. Swastinas Tarkshyah. Tarksha is Garuda. Garuda is the sacred eagle. And the eagle is very majestic. The wingspan is huge. It just glides. And nothing can come in its path because it has a kind of a double vision, they say. I don't know if it is a belief or if it indeed it has a double vision in the sense that it can see unimpeded, and it can also see very far. It can see from high above. It can see a scurrying mouse lunch, and then it swoops down with precision, grabs that, and then flies away again. So the Garuda represents focus and determination to get to the goal. Determination and focus. This is exactly what we need. And may we be like Garuda. So may there be swasti for us. The source is the source of this swasti is Garuda. And this Garuda may bless us to be like him. Focus and determination. Otherwise, what happens? You just say, oh, I'm just going to stop for lunch. And then, oh, what is this? New shop right next to this place where I'm eating. Oh, no harm in going there and seeing what is there. No harm in buying a few things. And then, oh, I met a friend right here. Oh, let me just go and do something with her or him. And then after that, what? Whole day is gone. Doesn't matter. Next day is there. And then what? You keep saying that whole life, and then then at the end you say, doesn't matter. Next life is there, and this is unending. And so when the focus goes, it's easy for the focus to go. It's easy for the sankalpa, the determination to go. Very difficult to gather it back. Very difficult to gather it back. Very easily dissipated, because that's how the sense organs are. They're all outside. And so they pick up things, they pick up objects very easily. Very easy to just dissipate, disperse. That's why the ashram schedule is like how it is. There is no time and no place for the focus to go. The schedule itself makes sure that it will not go. It has to be. And the determination to change the course of my life is not easy to make. And when it is made, when that determination is made, it is seen as a punya karma. It is seen as great, great source of blessing. Otherwise, one day I think I'll study, I think I'll do this, this is wonderful. Another day, not so much. Third day, yes, 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 what am I doing? Look at everybody else. I should also be very determined. I should be on top of everything. I have to do this. Next day, what is this? Vedanta is just like this: A for Atma, B for Brahman, C for Chit, D for Dharma. You've been there, done that. Been there, done that. What? Always Atma, always Brahman. Somebody asked Swamiji, do you talk about anything else other than other than Atma and Brahman? And he thought about it. He said, no. One word answer. But if that's everything, that includes everything, including your complaints, including all this, that is the beauty of Atma. That is the beauty of Brahman. It is all pervasive. It is everything. And not recognizing that, one gets bored. And when one gets bored, that means the determination, one has disengaged from the determination. And when the determination goes, the focus also dissipates. That's why we see the ancient Garuda. We see this Garuda, and the sages saw how it was focused in wherever it was going, whether it was migrating, whether it was going wherever it was headed. It was not swerved from its purpose and focus, even if it stopped for lunch and gave mouse moksha. Okay, yeah. And then finally, swastinaha brihaspatihi dadhatu. May we get this well-being. May we get the blessings of well-being from Brihaspati, Guru of Gurus, Brihaspati. Literally speaking, the planet Jupiter. And what it represents is knowledge. The planet Jupiter also, because it is huge. It is the biggest planet. And so on an empirical level, we say, please don't crash into us if something happens with the orbit in the solar system. On a metaphoric level, since it represents knowledge, it's a kind of a yellow colored planet. Yellow represents knowledge. Commitment to knowledge is represented by the color yellow. And so then this planet, what it represents is Guru Tattva, the concept of Guru, the principle which is Guru. Gu stands for ignorance, and Ru stands for the removal of ignorance. And so this May may the Guru never be displeased. Why will the Guru be displeased? Guru is not displeased. I think Guru is displeased. So may I not have this kind of a projection towards the Guru, thinking that the Guru is displeased, or thinking that the Guru cannot teach me, thinking that I'm not worthy of this relationship between the Guru and the disciple, thinking that this knowledge will work for the whole world except me. May I not have these kinds of complexes. And then every Shanti mantra ends with three Shantis, three times. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. That Shantihi, that Visarga, the two dots, when it is followed by a sibilant, then it becomes half of the sibilant that follows it. So Shanti Shanti Shantihi. And so therefore, three Shantis. I heard somebody say in an interfaith situation, the person was talking about something else, and suddenly they said, the sages of the Vedas had a lot of time, so they tended to repeat themselves. That's why they had so much leisure. They said, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. No, this is for the removal. Shanti he means let there be peace. Yes, but the peace comes when I don't go to pieces. And that means let there be freedom from obstacles. So I pray for the freedom from obstacles. And so that is the Shanti three times, freedom from three forms of obstacles. Adi Daivika, these pratibandhas, obstacles in the form of those that cannot be controlled, like the weather the last 2 days, how it was. You may have plans, I'll go surf, I'll go swim, and forget swim because it was barely possible to take a walk on the beach or anywhere else for that matter. So that is the first Shanti. May all those kinds of obstacles be warded off. Let them not come in the pursuit of this knowledge. First Shanti. Then the second Shanti is Adi Bhautika. Adi Bhautika means difficulties or impediments in my immediate surroundings. I know why I'm here at the ashram, but I don't like this person and I don't know what their motives are. I don't think this person will ever get moksha. And in the process, oneself doesn't get moksha because one has completely missed the teaching of Tattvamasi in that time, obsessing about somebody else. Adi bhautika shanti, ashanti. Let that not be there. Then finally, the first two I have no control over. I have no control over what is for lunch, what is for dinner. I have no control over the sleeping arrangements. I have no control over who comes, who goes. But I do have control over myself. I can manage my own mind. Adhyatmika Shanti, the prayer, the last Shanti is a prayer that the mind be calm. May I be able to withdraw, recognize, and withdraw my projections. May I be able to not be not be in the state of a bad mood every single day, walking around with a personal rain cloud. And let me not do that. And so this is the Shanti mantra. And then in the evening satsang, we will get into the text itself. Very beautiful. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadag Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.